YouTube, what's up? It's the anonymous Sneakerhead. I am back with another video for you guys. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and follow my Instagram at anonymous Sneakerhead. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into today's video. Alright y'all, so for today's video, man, I've got something a little different that I want to talk about. If y'all follow my Instagram, you already saw me post about it. You probably see it all over your Instagram and all over your YouTube channel. And what I'm talking about is the Nike / Jordan 1984-1985 pack. You guys can see it right here. So what's so exciting about the pack to me? I mean, obviously on the right, you see that you got that Jordan 1, and it's almost like a Chicago 1. And these are just the sample pictures, remember, but it's almost like a Chicago 1. It's just all red though instead of any of the black detailing. But what makes this pack so special is the shoe on the left, and that is the Nike Airship. I first found out about the existence of the Nike Airship about a year and a half ago. Just scrolling through Instagram, and I did some research on it. So we all know Jordan 1 through, where are we now? We're at the 34. You know what I mean? All of the Jordans, the hybrid Jordans, everything. But we tend to forget, a lot of us, like the genesis, you know what I mean? The genesis of where the Jordan brand came from. Like, Jordan didn't come into the league with a sneaker. He didn't, day one, just have a sneaker to have. You got to be in the league for a while, establish an identity before you could do that, especially in that time. So what did Michael Jordan wear before the Jordan 1? And that is the 1984 release of the Nike Airship. I like to call it the Jordan 0. So I think that pack is dope, man. Really a lot of history behind it. Ever since I found out about the Nike Airship, I have been looking, like, did they ever do a re-release? Are there any dead stock pairs available? Are there any pairs that I could get even used for a decent price? And the answer is no. You can't find them on GoDaddy. You can't find them on StockX. Prices range. Some of the ones that I saw, I only saw a couple pairs that you could find upwards of like $3,000. There was one pair, game worn pair by Michael Jordan. It sold at a raffle or whatever you call it, at an auction for $71,000. So way above my price point. So it looks like we'll be getting this pack soon. Either the end of 2019 or sometime in the beginning of 2020. So it's something I'm really excited about. It's obviously going to be pretty limited. Really limited. Hopefully it has a sneakers release or a bunch of different releases, so I can at least have a chance to get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a small YouTuber, small Instagrammer, but I just really would like to have a Nike Airship in my collection, like the genesis of what became the Jordan line. And without the Jordan line, without the Air Jordan 1 and everything that all of these Jordans have done for the game, you know what I mean, we would be nowhere near where we are right now as far as the sneaker game is concerned, and fashion and everything. So the Nike Airship is really like the godfather to everything going on. But enough about that, man. With all of that coming out, all of that news coming out, it got me thinking, because I would definitely consider the Nike Airship a Grail of mine. So this pack automatically falls in my Grail pack. If I got them, I might wear the ones in them. We're still not sure if that's the exact one that's coming in there. It's just a sample. There's rumors that it may be, they may do the bands, because we were supposed to be getting the bread ones or the band ones when we got the, what are they called, the Bloodline ones that I picked up last week. So I heard some rumors saying it might be the band one in there, which would really make the pack skyrocket, and they'll do the band Airship, because there was a band Airship. But anyways, enough about that. That news just really got me thinking recently, like, what are my grails? What's everyone else's grails? If you follow me on Instagram, you may answer my question on the story, like, what are your grails? So I'm gonna get into that right now. First of all, like, I just want to say, like, a grail to me has different meanings. Is especially one of them I know on my list is gonna have just a lot of sentimental value. That could make something a grail. Just the sentimental value of it, everything it meant to you, everything you remember about it. And then grails could also be just something that's super limited, really high price point, something really hype, something that, like, the odds of you probably ever getting your hands on are really low. Maybe you won't get it for years and years and years down the line. But for me, that's what makes a grail. So with that being said, all of that being said, let's get into my list of Grails. And since I didn't know how to order them, I just ordered them by prices of them that I found online. So I'm going to go from the least expensive all the way up to the most expensive one on my Grail list. So starting off, number one, you guys are probably going to laugh at me because for a lot of people, this isn't a Grail. I know a lot of people have it, and I've seen it on foot in the mall, wherever, in the snow, people beat them up. But to me, my first Grail coming in at about $365 dead stock. Obviously, prices jump, but that's what I saw on GoDaddy this morning. Is the Jordan 12, the Master, as you can see it right here. I know it's not, you know what I'm saying, it's nothing crazy, it's nothing too elaborate, but why is this on my list? Well, if it wasn't for, I'm not going to say if it wasn't for this shoe, but this shoe is what got me into the sneaker game as I am now. You know what I mean? It's the first Jordan that I ever really wanted. When I saw it being released, like where I considered, and this came out in, what was it? I think 2015. So if I'm correct, it was my junior year or my senior. It might have been my senior year in high school. Yeah, I think it was my senior year in high school. It came out 2015. I'm pretty sure. Right around Christmas time, a little before Christmas time. Probably in like October, November when it came out. And it was something that like I was telling friends like, yo, you want to try to camp out and get these, not knowing anything about Nike sneakers yet. I didn't know anything about Nike sneakers. All I knew is that we had a Champs in the mall, and I picked up some shoes from there before. So obviously I didn't get it. They retailed for $190. Couldn't get my hands on them. Was really upset about it. And then that's what got me really looking deeper into the sneaker game. And that shoe led to me purchasing my first ever Jordan because I was so upset. As y'all can see the colorway of it, you know what I'm saying? The Master 12, I was so upset that I didn't get it, that I couldn't get my hands on it, that I was like, I gotta get something like it. So that's where I got mine. Where are they? Right here. This is the first pair of Jordans I ever bought. I don't even like Jordan 8s like that. This is the only Jordan 8 that I have, and the reason why I kept it around and wear it so much, once again, is the sentimental value attached to the 12 Master, because I was like, I can't get the Master, so I gotta get something. And this came out a little bit later. But yeah, that's just a shoe with a lot of sentimental value for me. I wanted to put that one on the list. Moving up next on the list, my number 2 spot, coming in at $900. This is the last shoe on the list that is under $1,000. Coming in at $900 is the Jordan 9 Pinnacle baseball glove, the brown one. This is a shoe that I had no idea about at the time of its release. I found out about it later. I was a 2-sport athlete. I played baseball and football. So the appeal of the baseball glove Jordan was dope to me. The Jordan 9, for those of you that don't know, was made while Michael Jordan was playing baseball. And we weren't sure if he was going to come back yet, so it was designed around like a baseball cleat. The Jordan 9 was designed to resemble baseball. So it's dope that they were able to make a collaboration with that and baseball, put the baseball mitt on it. But the coolest part about it to me was the whole baseball card idea of it. You know what I mean? What they did is, when you bought this shoe on Foot Locker, I think it was where it released, Foot Locker Champs. Like I said, I wasn't around. I wasn't in the game when this released, but from everything I saw about it, when you bought it, you didn't know which one you were getting. They got the brown one, as you can see here, and they have a black one. And the brown one was a lot more limited than the black one. And I think there was only, I forgot how many, a couple thousand pairs, however many few thousand pairs came out. But when you went to buy it, you bought it not knowing what color you were getting, whether you were getting the brown one or the black one. The brown one is more limited, and you were able to go in, buy the shoe, and when you opened the box, it was in a sealed black bag, so you didn't know what was in there until you open it. Kind of like when you buy a pack of baseball cards, you don't know what's in the pack until you open it. So I thought just everything built around that shoe was really dope, and that's why. So I talked about the Jordan 12 before, something I meant to talk about with the Master. Like, yeah, I could get the shoe. I could probably afford to get the shoe because it's not too expensive. But it just, because of the story behind it and why I put it on my Grail list, it's one of those things that when people say don't meet your celebrities, you almost don't want it. You know what I mean? You almost don't want to have it in hand. I want to keep it at that mystical realm for me. And with the Jordan 9 Pinnacle, it's cool, you know what I'm saying? It's still the brown baseball glove, but I lose that aspect of not knowing what it is if I just go out and buy a brown one. So that's the second one on my list. Time to put my clothes in the dryer. Coming in next is the next most expensive one, as I said. So that is the Nike Air Yeezy 2, the black one right here. You know what I'm saying? Some people call it the Northern Lights. It has a bunch of different colors. To me, to this day, the best Yeezy, the best Kanye sneakers are the Nike line. These, the Red Octobers. And there was like a gray version of these too. I forgot what those were called. But these Northern Lights ones are fire to me. If I could ever get my hands on them right now, they're going for around $5,600. So that won't be something I'll be able to afford for a good amount of time. If I ever decide that I want to spend that money anyway. But it's just such a beautiful looking shoe to me. That was at the time of the old Kanye, when I also happened to like Kanye more. We're talking, I forgot what album was out around then. Was it 808s and Heartbreaks? Around that time. But we're talking about 808 Heartbreak Kanye. We're talking about Graduation. We're talking about College Dropout Kanye. You know what I'm saying? So that shoe, once again, a lot of sentimental value. I was a young boy just looking up at people wearing sneakers, and that was one that I thought was dope. Coming in next. So now we get into like the untouchably expensive sneakers. This one might be, if you were to ask me like what's my favorite sneaker ever made, this one might be it. Coming in at $20,000. I saw anywhere from $15,000 to $28,000, so I put down $20,000. And that is the Eminem times Jordan Carhartt Jordan 4. And the reason why I have this one on here, growing up, I was a huge, and still am, a huge Eminem music fan. I got more Eminem music probably than any other artist in my phone. So obviously the connection with Eminem is there. But then if you look at the Jordan, it looks from afar, it looks almost just like any other, you know what I mean, black Jordan 4. Like, why do I want this black Jordan 4? Yeah, it has a weird ice midsole, that's cool, or ice outsole, but what's so important about it? Just getting into the detail of it, man. Like, everybody knows the Carhartt brand. They make the backpacks, the jackets, the hats. They have that famous canvas that they use. So on the upper of the shoe, it has that Carhartt upper, that Carhartt canvas upper, which is something that hasn't been done before on a sneaker. To me, it reminds me a little bit of the Levi Jordan 4 that they did, just because it's a material that you don't usually see on the sneaker like they did with the denim, but this is more of a canvas. And then the inner lining of the shoe is a premium quilted leather. You're not gonna be able to see that on here, but it's a premium quilted leather on the inside of the shoe. And the best part of the shoe to me is when you look at the back of it. On one of the heel tabs, it has the Jason mask that Eminem identifies with. That was around like the Marshall Mathers LP era, the Relapse era. You know what I'm saying? The 3 a.m. era, the serial killer Eminem era. With the Jason hockey mask, so that's dope. And then the other shoe has the backwards E, the Eminem emblem. So that's fire, man. That's a shoe. Like I said, it's about $20,000 right now. The price of it's only gonna go up because only so many of them were made. If I can ever get one of those, man, I'll die a happy man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking 15, 20 years down the line, I'll be able to get one of those. Hopefully, if there's still any, there probably won't be any that are still dead stock. Hopefully, there's something that's a little close. You never know, we might even get a re-release, hopefully. But yeah, and now I got one more shoe on the list, and that is the most expensive one on my list. Coming in at the cheapest price that I saw for this shoe is $28,000. This shoe changed the course of the sneaker game as far as how we get sneakers, as far as the process of buying them and picking them up. And that is the Jeff Staples Nike Pigeon Dunk. The Nike Pigeon Dunk. So I'm in the tri-state area, you know what I'm saying? I spend a lot of time in New York City, in and around New York City. I see a lot of pigeons, and this dunk was designed with a pigeon in mind. That's why you had that oil gray color, you know what I'm saying? The pigeon pink outsole, the little pigeon imprint on the back. And this shoe went crazy when it released. The whole city of New York was trying to get these. The cops had to be called in. People who got the shoes had to get a police escort out the back of the store, just to protect their own lives, man. And this shoe, like I said, is going for upwards of $28,000 right now. DS. They did do the black pigeon release, the panda pigeon release, but it just doesn't have the same effect. If any, I might grab a black pigeon. I still thought about grabbing one of the black pigeons, but the original pigeon is what changed the sneaker game as far as when sneakers are released, how they're released, doing draws, just to keep people safe. So that's a real iconic shoe to the sneaker game. So that was the last one on the list, man. I already talked about the airship at the beginning of the video, so I'm not going to put it on here. Again, man, I really appreciate y'all for watching the video. I appreciate y'all for watching and subscribing to the channel, man. Please make sure to like, comment, and please hit that subscribe button. If you didn't, you made it this far, you might as well hit the subscribe button and the like button. I'm sorry this is a bit of a long video, man, but I appreciate y'all for watching. Stay tuned, weekly videos. Follow my Instagram, and I will see you guys at the next one.